Hi, 215. Okay, so I'm going to try this with the text on here and see if we have enough room to solve, okay? So it says the table below shows how many families own dogs in each city. The chart kind of mushed together. It wouldn't show a chart on here, so this is the best that I could do. It says the cities and the dogs. So Lynn owns 30,978. Peabody owns 28,089. Salem owns 32,009. Beverly 36,089, and Danvers 28,099. So it asked us to put the cities in order from least to greatest. So the way that we learned to do this in our classroom was to use the stacking method. So I'm going to rewrite each of the numbers so that they are right next to each other. And after I write the first one, okay, I am going to check it off to make sure that I did it correctly. The next one is 28,089. And if you remember, once we write our first number, we always start in our ones place to make sure that all of our digits are lined up as best as they possibly can be. Okay. Salem is 32,009. Beverly is 36,089. All right, and Danvers was 28,099. Now what we notice when we see all these numbers stacked up is immediately we know that they all go all the way to the 10,000s place. None of them are farther out. Okay, so I'm going to look at my 10,000s. And what I notice when I have my 10,000s is that I have the numbers 2 and 3. So I am comparing 2 to 3. And when I compare 2 to 3, I know that that really stands for 20,000. And that the 3 really stands for 30,000. Okay? So I know that 2 is less than 3, or 20,000 is less than 30,000. They're asking me to put the in order from least to greatest. So because it's least to greatest, I'm going to start with all of mine that have a 2 in them. So that's 28,089. And it's 28,099. Okay. Really messy, my friends. Okay, when I look here, I start with my highest place value again. They both have a value of 20,000. I'm moving on to my thousands. They both have a value of 8,000. I'm moving on to my hundreds. They both have 0. And now I'm moving on to my tens. My tens, I notice they are different. I have 8 being compared to 9, which we know we're working in our tens, so it's really 80 in comparison to 90. Okay? We know that 8 is less than 9, so our one that has our 8, this one right here, is going to go first. So I'm going to write 28,089 first. That one is now done. I'm going to try to put a line through it. Okay, now the only one I have left with the 2s is going to come next. I always put a semicolon in between them, and then I'm going to write 28,099. Whoops, I forgot the 0. Sorry, guys. Is there an undo? Okay, I'm gonna try that again. 28,000. There we go. That was scary for a second. 99. Okay. Now I'm done with my twos. So now all I have left is these threes. Okay, and because this one's crossed out, I can just use this part right here. And I'm just gonna take a different color so you can see what I'm looking at. Okay, so again, we already looked at our 100,000s. Those are the same. So now we're moving on to our thousands. I mean, we already looked at our 10,000s, I'm sorry. We're now looking at our thousands. Okay, we have 0, 2, and 6. None of them match. So what Miss Slattery is going to do is she is going to write a comparison statement for 0, 2, and 6 and put them in order. 0 is less than 2, which is less than 6, which means the one that has our 0 is the least. So I'm going to write 30,000. $978. Okay, that one's next. Now I'm just comparing the last two I have, and I know that 2 is less than 6. So I'm going to start with 32,000. Do my next semicolon. I wonder if I can move this over. Let's see. Not that. I'm just going to erase this because we've already seen it, so I can fit my next writing in, okay? So 32,000, not 32,000. Okay, let's try that again. No, okay, we're just not going to do it. We're going to put this below. Okay, so we're going to write, we're going to kind of do it in a straggly line. Okay, I like this. So now we have 32,000, 9, semicolon. Okay, and we know our last one, which had the 6 in the thousands place, was 36,089. Okay, now I'm going to double check my question. Put the cities in order. Because it says cities, I now need to go back and match everything up. Okay, so when I go back and match it up, I say, okay, 28,089 was Peabody. I'm just going to write P-E-A-P-O-D-Y, comma. Now I need 28,099. So when I look, that is Danvers. Okay, I need 30,978. That is Lynn. $32,009 is Salem. Okay, and 36,089 is Beverly. All right, so that would be our answer for A, Peabody, Danvers, Lynn, Salem, Beverly. All right, so now in order to solve B, I am going to clear the page. clear all drawings. Okay, and I'm gonna add a new text box. I'm gonna repaste our problem and get rid of A, and we're only gonna look at B. Maybe it makes more sense to keep it over to the side. We'll try it that way. Okay, and I'm gonna get C off the page so we're not distracted. Okay, how many more families own dogs in Lynn than Danvers? That means that I'm writing a comparison statement for Lynn. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not writing a comparison statement. Wrong question. How many more families? Well, the key word more here, how many more, and than tells us that we are going to be using subtraction. So I'm doing how many more live in Lynn than Danvers. That tells me that Lynn is going to have more. So I need to do Lynn minus Danvers. And that's going to give me the difference. Okay, so Lynn has 30,978. Okay, and Danvers, I'm going to start writing in the ones place again to keep everything lined up. Danvers has 28,099. So 9, 9, 0, 8, 2. Okay, now I need to solve it. 8 minus 9 I can't do, so I need to borrow. 18 minus 9 is 9. 6 minus 9 I can't do, so I need to borrow. 16 minus 9 is 7. 8 minus 0 is 8. I forgot the comma there. 0 minus 8, I can't do it again. I need to borrow, making this 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. And 2 minus 2 is 0. The difference is 2,879 or 2,879. No and. All right, so let's get rid of all this drawing. Okay. Not going to touch over there. Okay, now we need to get rid of B and bring C up so that we have C's question. And I'm just going to erase these lines. Okay, so now we have problem of the week, and we are looking at part C. Part C is our one that asks us to write a comparison statement. We're comparing it says a comparison statement. So right away we know that we're looking at blank compared to blank. Okay, and comparison statement means we're doing less than, greater than, or equal to. Okay, so we're doing how many families own in Salem and how many are in Beverly. So that means my plan is I'm doing Salem compared to Beverly. All right, when I do Salem, I look over here and I notice it is 32,009. And when I go to Beverly, it's right beneath it in our chart, and it says 36,089. Now, in order for us to solve this comparison statement, I need to see the workout. So you needed to stack the numbers just like we did in A. Starting in the ones place, 9, 8, 0, 6, 3. Keeping everything lined up by place value. Starting in my highest place value, and they both start in the 10,000s. 30,000 is equal to 30,000. I move on to my thousands. They are not a match. We have 2 compared to 6, which we know that 2 is actually worth 2,000. That 0 looks like a line. Sorry, guys. Whew. Okay, and 2 we know is less than 6. 2,000 is less than 6,000. So we look up here and we see the 2 is in Salem and the 6 is in Beverly in the in the thousands place. Okay, so therefore we know that Salem is less than Beverly, or 32,009 is less than 36,089. All right, let's do it again. I'm clear. All right, so now we have completed A, B, and C, and we are on D. Notice I'm keeping the table up because in this problem, they didn't so much connect with each other this week. Instead, they just all had to do with that chart that we had at the top. Okay, so D says compare. So right away, we know that we are again comparing. And compare means less than, greater than, or equal to. Okay. Less than, greater than, or equal to. Okay. How many families own, sorry guys, this should have said own, dogs in Salem and Beverly? Look at that and sign tells us we need to add. Combined, again also tells us we need to add. To how many families own in Danvers and Peabody combined? We need to add. So now we know that we need to do Salem plus Beverly compared to Danvers plus Peabody. Okay. Salem, we know, has 32,089. 32,009. Beverly has 36,089. Again, I'm writing that second number starting in the ones place. Okay. Danvers has 28,089. I'm sorry, 99. And Peabody has 28,089. Okay, so now I'm going to solve the problems. We have 9 plus 9 is 18. 8 plus 1 is 9. 0 plus 0 is 0. 6 plus 2 is 8. 3 plus 3 is 6. 9 plus 9 is 18. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 1 and 0 is 1. 8 and 8 is 16. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So we end up with 68,098 for Salem and Beverly combined. And we end up with 56,000. Good. And whenever we compare, even if it's an easy compare for us, we know that Miss Lottery wants us to stack them. So instead of rewriting everything, I'm actually just going to take my 56,000 and I'm going to come stack it over here just for the sake of rewriting it. And I start in my highest place value, which is my 10,000s. And right away, I notice they're different. All right. And we need to compare 60,000 and 50,000. It's kind of tilting a little bit. 6 is greater than 5, just like 60,000 is greater than 5. Therefore, Salem and Beverly combined is greater than Danvers and Peabody combined. 68,098 is greater than 56,188. All right, clear all. And we're going to move on to the last problem of the week. Okay, which was E for Friday, right? A, Monday, B, Tuesday, C, Wednesday, D, Thursday, E, Friday. So our last problem of the week says, round the total number of dogs owned in all of the cities to the nearest 10,000. Okay. So the easiest way to do a problem like this is to round before you add them. So if we're taking 30,978, the 10,000. The 10,000's places are 3. When we go next door, it's a 0. 5 or more, raise the score. 4 or less, let it rest. We are letting that 30,000 rest. So Lynn rounds to the nearest 10,000 as 30,000. When we look at Peabody, we're looking at our 2. When we go next door, we noticed in the thousands place is an 8. Okay? You could also use our strategy of saying, okay, I have 28,089. Is that closer to 20,000? Or is that closer to 30,000? Okay? When I put it on a number line, and I have 20,000 here, I'm just going to put 2 and I'm going to put a 3. We know that that's 20,000 and 30,000. Okay? So this would be 25,000. And this is 20,000 and 30,000. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, guys. All right. We know that 28 is going to be after the 5. It's going to be about somewhere around here about, right? So therefore, it is closer to 30,000. Okay, so if you use that strategy, that's awesome too. If you drew it out, that's awesome. However you figured it out. 32,000. We look over at our 2. I can do this for you if you want. We can take the eraser and say, okay, let's do the next one and just get rid of that bullet point was all I wanted to get rid of. Okay, If I'm doing 32,000, okay, we would be going in between 30,000 and 40,000, and that is closer to 30,000. Now we get to 36. Okay, when we look at 36,000, I'll do this one out with the other strategy just so that you can have it as a refresher. Sorry, my TV just started. Okay, we're rounding to the nearest 10,000. So here is my 10,000s place. When I go over to our neighbor, I look and I ask myself, is that more or less? 5 or more, or 4 or less? Well, 6 is 5 or more. So that means I'm going to add 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. And everything underneath turns to a 0. If there had been any numbers beforehand, we would have pulled them down. Okay, so we know this becomes 40,000. Just gonna pull. I'm not gonna pull it down. All right. So the last one we have is 28,000, and look at, we've already rounded 28,000. Because we already rounded 28,000 again, we know that that rounds to 30,000. Now I've already taken the rounding out of it. So our last step right now is to add them all together. We know that 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is always going to be 0. And because we rounded to there, we already know without even thinking that all of that is 0. Right here we have 3 times 3 we know is 9. And 3 plus 4 is 7. So 9 plus 7 gives us 16. So when it's rounded, it equals 160,000 to the nearest 10,000. All right, that was it for this week. I hope that you did well and you understood all the information that was given. I hope that you work hard and have a great weekend.